Hi everyone, I'm Rory Best, former Ulster, Ireland and British and Irish Lions rugby player. We're here at Kingspan today to talk about hydro-treated vegetable oil, or HVO as you'll hear it referred to. So we've been hearing a lot about the different uses of HVOs, so when you get a panel like this together, I think it's very appropriate to ask, what has been your greatest HVO success stories? Keith, we'll start with you, we'll go down the line.
Lovely. I suppose we have many options, I suppose, because of the many different buildings that are out there. So there's lots and lots of really old buildings out there, whether they be civic buildings, whether they be schools, whether they be just the larger, older, harder to heat homes, of which there are thousands and thousands in Ireland, the UK. And we have many, many homes at the moment being heated with HVO. So there isn't one, there's probably thousands.
And David?
I think having HVO as a replacement for fossil kerosene is fantastic in itself. We have a solution for people who maybe don't have the money to retrofit their home for a heat pump. That in itself is a magic success. I think the one that stands out to me is we had a chap who had a new build house in Malile in Northern Ireland, and he chose to put in a liquid fuel boiler to run an HVO because he didn't believe the heat pump was the solution for him. He wanted to show his green credentials by using HVO. To me, that was a brilliant story.
Absolutely brilliant. Laura, what about?
Well, one of the main success stories for HVO is the terminal down in Ringaskiddy. That has now started to commence taking in cargoes of HVO. That has capacity to hold up to 50 million litres. It's the first single green terminal in the country, and that has really given continuity of supply and given people a little bit more confidence in HVO as a real transition product from their fossil fuels. A standout moment for CERTA this year would be we teamed up with Dublin Port Company and they started trialling HVO in their pilot boats, and that has been a massive success, and they plan to roll that out into more and more parts of Dublin Port Company over the next year. So we're seeing all sectors that are starting to transition to HVO. And month on month, we have started to see the increase of inquiries, etc. And just to go back to what Eamon even said, we are now starting to roll it out into our forecourts as well. So we are making HVO available to the domestic public now. So for yourself, Rory, if you want to do a little bit better for the planet, when you get to your pump in these service stations, for example, in Liffey Valley, we're going to have HVO available at every pump. And that's due to open in the next couple of weeks, which is going to be a fantastic success for our company. That you can make that choice when you pull up to your pump. No, I won't use the diesel. I'm going to do better for the planet, and I'm going to use HVO.
Yeah, brilliant, wonderful. Eamon, what about you?
Yeah, so we're Kingspan. We have this project called Planet Passionate. So we're constantly looking at ways to reduce our energy. We're trying to get to net zero energy. So what we have done is we're converting our offices in Portadown to run on HVO, which is, we really want to promote that message. So we're going to convert all that. Other things that we're doing is we're converting our lorries transport lorries where we're delivering. We're going to be converting them to HVO as well. So we've looked at all the, as you were saying earlier on, about the different vehicles and what can take HVO on ages. We were making sure everything was right. And just what Laura said, any vehicle really in the last 2 or 3 years can take it. So we're converting all them to HVO as well to show a good example out there.
Brilliant. Some fantastic stories there, and people and companies that are really taking a lead and using HVO to try to make a difference to the planet. And I think David would like to come to you and go, how do we ensure, or how do you guys ensure that the HVO coming into this country is 100% sustainable?
Okay. All product brought into Ireland and across Europe is covered by the Renewable Energy Directive #2, which everybody has to meet. On top of that, Laura, is now the international standard for carbon certification?
Yes, David, it is very important for the audit and trail for CERTA, especially as a supplier selling HVO into the market, that we can stand over the product that we are supplying our customers. All product that comes into Ireland is audited and certified by ISCC. That ensures that there's no deforestation and there's no crops being grown to produce this product. So it's not in any way contributing to world hunger.
So given all of that, do we see everyone moving to HVO next year?
That would be lovely, Rory. But again, we have to be realistic. There is a price point, as Laura has mentioned. It is more expensive than fossil fuel, and we have to be realistic that all consumers can't afford to pay more currently, given the high energy prices that we already have. The beauty of HVO is that you can burn it in a liquid fuel boiler at 100%, or you can also burn it at 5, 10, 15, 20%. So I personally see us going down a blended pathway. We're very encouraged. The Republic have just announced that they're consulting on a renewable heat obligation from 2024. So they're already starting to change tune. And I think you'll see a blended pathway coming in there. We also have seen in GB that Westminster Parliament are going to carry out a consultation on a renewable heating obligation similar to transport in GB. So to answer your question, I don't see everybody moving to 100% HVO, which would be fantastic. But because of price points and refineries, etc., gearing up to produce more HVO, I think we'll see a blended pathway come in the UK and Ireland.
Yeah, it's a brilliant option to have, that it doesn't have to be one or the other. You can blend that in.
It is, and the beauty of it is our boiler manufacturers and tank manufacturers say a blend works perfectly well. As long as we know what blend it is, we can set up the boiler correctly.
Brilliant.